yes, the responsibility, I was fully aware of the responsibility, but when it came to it affecting me, I tried to push it to the back of my mind because it's so important to everyone, or certainly to a lot of people. And if I were to allow that kind of pressure and that responsibility to affect me, I don't think I would have done the role justice. And so I just tried to focus myself on the task at hand, which is representing the character properly, as opposed to fulfilling the hopes and dreams of so many people out there, which is a pretty daunting task. And even now, I still put that to the back of my mind. Just that, purely because that was, in my opinion, someone else's interpretation of the character in the comic books. And I wanted this to be our interpretation of the character without anyone else's influence affecting that, and therefore muddying the line between source material and live action. So I didn't use any influence from previous performances.
Also from Facebook, for everyone on the panel, if you could have one of Superman's powers, what would it be and why?
Flight.
Go right down the line there.
I'd want all of them. but I've often said, not one of his powers, but one of the maxims: truth, justice, and the American way.
Flight sounds like a good one. I'd get around a lot quicker. Would have really helped in the days when I had to commute to Burbank for meetings all the time.
X-ray vision.
Superman had a power in the 1950s, which he doesn't have anymore, to shoot tiny little Supermen out of his hand. This is real. This actually happened in a story where it's called Superman's New Power, and he develops the ability to shoot a tiny little version of himself out of his hand. And while this thing's flying around, Superman has no powers and he's got nothing to do. And he gets really angry about this little version of himself because it's getting all the fame and the renown. And the whole story is just about his anger about this tiny little version of himself. So honestly, that's the power I want.
I'd probably want the power to have great hair all the time. That'd be the best power.
Look, man, your hair is brilliant. Look what I've got.
I'm not quite sure. I guess I work in comics, so I'm always facing deadlines like Paul as well. I guess spinning around the world super fast and turning back time, that would probably be a pretty good one. Like a killing in the stock market. So.
Do we know what Superman is like in bed?
I don't personally.
Larry Niven wrote an essay called "Man of Steel, Woman of Kleenex."
The bottom line is gentle.
I remember as a kid they used to have these ads in the back of comics that you could get these glasses that had X-ray vision. So I always thought about that. But I think